I got a question for you.
Sure.
What is it like to be heading in our middle ages and watching our favorite franchises burning in flames?
Feels great. Oh, God.
So, for
First
those
Star
of you
Trek, now
watching,
this.
oh, it started way before Star Trek Picard, man.
At least Godzilla's still doing okay.
Like, our Disney animated movies were getting it, Star Wars was getting it, video game franchises were getting it, and it just didn't stop.
Mm.
And now here we are. It's 2026. We thought Tomb Raider was on the rise and getting back in the limelight, and it just feels like the owners of Tomb Raider, whoever they are, don't really know what they're doing.
Well, explain. Go into detail.
Okay, so for those of you who aren't aware, which is probably none of you if you clicked on this video, Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 Remastered, which has been out for a little over 2 years at this point.
It's been that long.
Reaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been that long, I think. And throughout their lifespan, they have been receiving patches and updates, expansions, if you will. And the original developer, this was the confusing part about this from the start, is that nobody really entirely knew who was really behind all this. We knew Aspyr was the company that was majorly involved in this, and then there was another company called Saber, who I guess wasn't getting shown the limelight, but they were also very much involved. And in time, it was revealed that Saber was the true developers of these remasters, while Aspyr, like Crystal Dynamics and Embracer Group, I guess, were the acting publishers or producers or whoever the hell. Like, it's really up in the air. Like, who the hell owns this thing? Who's doing what here? There's too many big names attached to this. And throughout the 2 years, Saber has been, at least as far as we knew, Saber had been trying to patch and fix any problems with the game, improving it, tweaks here and there, adding some features, until suddenly they were not. And they were forced to move on to 4, 5, and 6 Remastered, which by many people's standards was phenomenally improved in terms of visual aesthetics. Things looked a lot better, and that they were hoping that Saber would eventually go back and give that same type of coat of paint to the 1, 2, 3 Remaster. Now, let me reiterate something. 1, 2, and 3 Remaster look beautiful as they are, in my opinion. I mean, the fact that these remasters 1 through 6 even exist at all are nothing short of a miracle, in my opinion. And visually, graphically, gameplay-wise, they are as good as they could have been, and I am very satisfied with them. They do introduce new people who have never been able to play or get into the original Tomb Raider franchise for reasons. Maybe the graphics didn't look as good as they do now. The tank controls, we know, has been a point of controversy for many a gamer. And now with the new modern controls, everything looking so clean and crisp, and just being all around accessible for everybody that didn't have retro consoles, this is everything that we could have asked for. Fast forward to March 12th, 2026, when patch number 5 came out for Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 Remaster specifically.
I just want to chime in real quick that it's become kind of a little bit of a joke for me that it's going to take you to like 2042 to finally release your review of the Tomb Raider Remasters, because it seems like they're always releasing batches that address concerns that you had or criticisms that you had. So it's interesting that we're on, this is patch update number 5, huh?
Yes, so this is patch number 5. Now, this is where everything really went wrong. Patch number 5, and developers of Saber came out and said on Twitter that they had nothing to do with this patch.
That's a good sign.
And there's a reason for this, because patch 5 has ruined everything.
I have never heard of anything like this before. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's honestly, I don't even know where to begin here. Uh, Aspire started pushing a new trailer, and they've been pushing it, showcasing that we're releasing a new patch, and it's going to have a brand new challenge mode that you can use at your leisure, which adds things like a little bit of a randomizer. You can increase or decrease Lara's health. You can increase the enemies, their health, their damage output. You can randomize what enemies you can run into. All in all, it's a pretty interesting idea, and I'm not against it.
It kind of sounds like you can like customize and make your own like Lara must die mode.
You really can, and I've tested it out, and yes, it very much indeed does that. There's also a little bit of a randomizer to it, where you can randomize what enemies you might run into, so you really have no way of knowing. It's not a true randomizer, because as far as those go with other games, they even go as far as like randomizing where items are and item locations. With Tomb Raider, you can't really do that. Because God forbid, like, you randomize everything and suddenly you find yourself at a locked door and you need to find the key, and the key happens to be behind that locked door. It's like, well, that's a dead game, isn't it? So they couldn't really do that. So enemies, that's fair play. But yeah, still can be pretty freaking ridiculous. But it didn't stop there. If that were it, that I don't think many people would have complained about it, although there still probably would have been complaints, because for the better half of a year, people have been asking for specific updates. They wanted cosmetic updates for some of the levels to make them look as good as 4, 5, and 6. There have been some bugs that people have experienced. I admit I haven't really found anything, but
quality of life
if they were,
you're talking about, basically.
Yeah, there were some improvements that were yet to be made. One specific that I do remember is people were hoping that the game could get like a 60 frames per second for at least the retro look when you play as the original and the original looks. Apparently 456 has a 60 frames per second on that, whereas the 123 does not. Why, we don't know. So that's not the challenge mode was not the only addition for this new mode. They came with 11 new costumes you can unlock by completing the challenges that they've set on these challenge modes. And the first, and probably, well, I don't even want to say this is the biggest problem, like this was just the first very noticeable one. The costumes look terrible. And we're not even talking about, oh, they just don't look like something Lara would wear.
They don't.
They just,
go ahead.
They don't. Yeah, exactly. They don't. But the quality of the costumes in game from a distance, and I will admit this, from a distance, they don't look terrible. But the moment you even look up close or even squint at them a little bit, you're going to notice that the quality of the costumes compared to everything else in the game, from Lara's physical looks to the background, are so low quality and arguably AI generated that it looks like a complete meshy looking mess. And there's plenty of screenshots to show just how absolutely atrocious these things look. And I sent some of them to you, and you saw firsthand how awful these things looked, even when you got even remotely up close to Lara and took a good look at them.
Very pixely, very muddy looking. Yeah.
Yeah. Just absolute joke. Then the promotional art that was used for these new costumes, and I want to stress, I don't think we know for sure if any of this is actually AI generated, but that is the very popular word going around, and I can't really argue against it, because even in my opinion, it does have that AI generated look.
Well, you know, Bill, I don't mind using AI for like personal use, just for fun. But you know, when you're using it like to sell or using that kind of stuff as artwork, that I think that's a bridge too far for me, because that's not art. That's not art. That's There's a difference between someone doing it by hand and just programming a computer to do something really quick. You know?
Absolutely. I've always seen it as like, well, first of all, we have to acknowledge that AI is not going anywhere. Yeah, there are a lot of good things that can come from AI, and I will say that at the end of the day, AI should be viewed as a tool. and it can be used to help advance things. Like you can use it to help get you creative ideas. You can use it to help clean up certain things. Like if you have audio tracks in, it can smooth it out or clean it up. There are things like that, but it should never be a crutch in place of real human talent.
Thank
you. So that being said, yeah, the promotional posters that they were showing around definitely looks AI-ish. I'd be hard-pressed to believe that they got an actual artist to draw it. If they did, I wish that artist would step up and actually make claim to it. That would diffuse something. Now, all that we talked about right there was bad enough, because Tomb Raider fans, and I think even just about any other fans, would go out of their way to say that they do not like AI in their video games. And unfortunately, this series has already had a bit of an AI problem. I think a little bit last year with 4, 5, and 6, when they found that there was some AI-generated Lara Croft lines used in Angel of Darkness. Yeah, and they had to patch that out.
Right.
Because it didn't.
Yeah, I remember that now. I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't take fans long to realize that was happening. And I think even the voice actress who played Lara in that game even made a comment that no, they did not ask her to come back and redo those lines. They just pretty much just took her voice and made new ones.
Cheap.
Like, wow.
Yeah, the cheap option. Right.
Yeah, like, wow. How awful. So, again, not beyond reasonable assumption that they did it once. Why wouldn't they do it again? Now, Gene, AI is bad enough. And you'd think that if this were the limit to the problems that were brought on by this new patch, I'd be like, oh, Gene, that's what you get for thinking. Aspire was like, oh no, Gene, we got something for your ass. Oh no. That's just the tip of this iceberg, baby. The new patch has
it's basically broken the game.
For the most part, yes.
I can't believe that.
It has introduced so many new bugs that it's been 3 days. No, it's been about 5 days since the patch came out. People are still finding new bugs.
Oh, wonderful. So they're like Easter eggs.
They're getting there, isn't it?
Or spots of vomit on the floor from your cat.
Yeah, and let's see. And I'm here scrolling on Twitter right now, or X, whatever you want to call it. I call it Twitter because
because I'm
the only
I'm
X
stubborn.
I know is Mega X.
I'm stubborn.
Let's see, and so far, according to some sources that I have here, there have been found a total of 52 new bugs.
Wow.
And counting.
You have to try to be this incompetent. That's like, Bill, stand up and clap for him.
Like, all right, I will go down the list of some of these. First of all, and even I experienced some of them when I was trying it out. Okay, first of all, the short FMV full motion video sequence that begins when you start Lara's home in the first game, where it shows like the outside of her mansion and it like zooms in.
Yeah.
Gone.
Wonderful.
No longer plays. Personally, in my opinion, not the biggest issue. It's like, all right, it's like 5 seconds of not much. Like, whatever. All right, next one. The main menu music does not cut out during loading screens or when starting a level where there is no background music. And what this means, and this is where I specifically heard it and had it, in Tomb Raider 2, I was at the title screen, and you know how it's playing like the background music. I loaded up a level in Tomb Raider 2, the Venice level. As soon as I load up the level, the title screen music is still playing. As I'm running through the level. Now, eventually it did self-correct, like when another piece of music interrupted it. But the fact that it happens at all and continues to happen is, well, let's just call it what it is. This is not correct.
Oh.
Let's see. The English subtitles, and perhaps those in other languages as well, freeze and do not disappear from the screen. I experienced this in Tomb Raider 1 when I went to Lara's home, and I went to the exercise mat, and she says, okay, let's do some tumbling, press the jump button. I press the jump button, the next line doesn't trigger, and the subtitle, let's press the jump button, stays on the screen. Oops.
They just...
Oh, this one's fun. Yeah, no, carry on.
No, keep going. Keep first.
The game occasionally crashes randomly on the Steam version now.
Well, great. Of course it does. Well, of course it does. Nailed it.
Okay, now this one I find the most interesting, and this is where people are generally like, how this breaks the game. Some of the traps in Tomb Raider 3, like in the coastal village and the high security compound in Area 51, you know how they have like traps like saw blades that come out of the walls, or laser grids and the laser water and all that stuff? They now do not harm Lara. Lara is invincible. So
I don't know.
Yeah.
Man. You know, like I get a feeling like we could be here for like the next couple hours talking about all the glitches and stuff. But I just want to say, like, the first thing that comes to my mind is that it was through the Tomb Raider anniversary that I was able to beat Tomb Raider 2 for the first time, and beat Tomb Raider 3 without using like cheats.
You mean the Remaster collection, not anniversary?
Exactly. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, the anniversary collection. Tomb Raiders 1, 2, and 3.
The Remaster.
Huh?
The Remastered collection.
All right, let me start all over again because we're gonna say it completely wrong.
Yeah, because the anniversary collection, that's something else.
Okay. The Tomb Raider Remastered collection 1, 2, and 3 is the first time I was able to beat Tomb Raider 2 and Tomb Raider 3 legit. I'm just very glad I was able to do that, and I'm very grateful for that. Apparently this will also be the last time I'll ever play it, because apparently now the game is freaking worthless.
Well, here's the interesting thing. First of all, I don't know if your game updated.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I right now have two versions. I have the PS5 version. That's the one I've had for the last few years. And when I got my Switch 2, I bought the Switch 2 versions because they were on sale. It was like one of the first things I bought for my Switch 2. So I don't know if they've updated or not. I don't know how you can stop it, but go ahead. I guess you can.
Oh, well, there is an option. You can't. Yeah, like the PlayStation 5, it's somewhere in their settings, but I do know on the Nintendo Switch 2, you can go into the Switch 2 settings and turn off automatic updates. So whenever you start a game, it will ask you if you want an update, and you can just say no.
Good.
Also, for Steam users, fans have came and found a way to reinstate patch 4, where the game was at its most stable and playable. So that's an option. And for console users, PlayStation users, if you have the physical disc, like I do, and many of us do, the physical disc version, it has the patch up to 4.
Okay.
So if you want to go into your system's console settings, delete everything. I don't think it would delete your save data, but you would have to delete all the updates. You'd have to delete the game installation. And if you do a fresh like cut your internet connection for one, because I'm pretty sure like it'll try to update it as it does this. But if you install it freshly from the disk, you should be fine. So yeah, people have found workarounds to try to get it to go back, because these problems they're crazy. Oh, here's an interesting one. Here's some glitches that I didn't even know about, but they're still interesting. You can complete the level in Home Sweet Home, the final level in Tomb Raider 2, without eliminating all the enemies.
Okay.
How? I want to know how is that possible? Usually that doesn't happen until you clear them all. Loading a save file using one of the new outfits may glitch Lara's textures. I've seen this. I haven't done it myself, but I've seen many a screenshot. And yes, it looks awful. She looks like Taffy.
Oh.
Occasionally Lara will simultaneously say the sounds of healing when collecting objects. So that's fun. And there was also that one video I showed you where on the mobile version, somebody started Tomb Raider 3 and level 1, and somehow the audio clips from Tomb Raider 1 where she's doing the training were playing over the first stage of Tomb Raider 3, and we're just all very confused. How does this happen?
When you start Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness, the ghost from the ring crawls out of your computer screen. When you start the third level in Tomb Raider Chronicles, a snuff film plays.
It's a mess. Broken shadows on the Nevada quad jump. Game crashes. Like 40 fathoms, dead sharks will float on the surface of the water while still moving their bodies as if they're alive.
Well, that's scary. Yeah, this game is something like nightmare fuel.
Yeah, some of these I kind of want to see in action. Because it's like it's unbelievable. I can't believe
like the start of a. It sounds like you have a collection of stuff you can start a creepypasta with.
Pretty much. This is like Ben Drowned level of how.
You were walking home after working out, and then you saw a copy of Tomb Raider Remaster Anniversary that had no cover. It was very strange, but it compelled you though to play it.
Oh. I think you should write one.
I know. I feel like it's like you have the starting collection patch here to do it.
Yeah, that's your task, Jane. I think you should write a creepypasta and she'd make like a creepy video, like talking about it.
Well, that's easy, man. You know that all those creepypastas start basically the same way.
Well, yeah, they start the same way, like fine enough, like, oh, I went to the store and I bought this thing, very unassuming, had a nostalgia vibe. And then things slowly start to get creepier and creepier. And then in the final act, suddenly things get very stupid where it's like, and then something came out of the TV and killed me.
Yeah, that's why I hate those things. You know, I know we're going on a separate rant. Like, the best ones are plausible. You get into that.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
and then
I
something
agree.
came out and killed you. Hey, wait a minute. The writer, you're dead? I got better.
But yeah, okay, so yeah, a little bit tangent. Yes, there are some creepypasta stories that are plausible because, like the Pokemon's.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
it was like it's like, okay, that one's plausible because I can believe somebody could hack the game, mess it up, and put some weird crap in it, and then sell it back to GameStop, and then somebody unfortunate got it and got weirded out by what they saw. That I can believe. But it's the latter half of those stories that get wild. But anyway,
we went on a tangent. Sorry about that. What we were talking about.
Yeah. See what Tomb Raider does. See what these glitches do. They cause glitches in our heads too.
It's like I'm like Daffy Duck right now. Like, who's responsible for this? Demand that you show yourself.
Funny you should ask. We have the answer.
Go for it.
Okay, so apparently Aspyr once again, like Saber. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if they fired Saber or let them go, or if it was one of those situations like in the first Sonic movie where it was like once the people were done with it, they were out on their asses.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been the same thing for Saber. It's like, okay, you did the hard work, you finished the games. All right, out with you now.
Right.
We'll take all the credit from here and fix what we can on our own. Aspyr didn't even do that. Well, apparently, once again, they outsourced to another company called Magic Media. I've never heard of these people. And Magic Media, they made a post called, well, they didn't call it anything, but they made the post saying the following. We're excited to see the release of Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 Remastered by Aspyr. Revisiting the classic adventures of Lara Croft, the Remastered trilogy brings these iconic games to modern platforms while maintaining the atmosphere and precision gameplay that made the original so memorable. At Magic Media, a big part of our development focused on game porting and bringing the trilogy to Android and iOS. This includes ensuring the game rendered correctly on modern mobile devices, which apparently it does not, redesigning and implementing a new UI across menus and in-game systems, which nobody asked for and did not want, and developing touch controls that support both modern and original tank-style movements, which don't work as well as they boast. We also upgraded the game for Nintendo Switch 2, improving resolution and frames per second. I'm going to need confirmation on that. And developed a brand new challenge mode across all platforms.
Yay!
This includes iOS, Android, Xbox One Series, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC. Players can unlock 10 brand new outfits for Lara. Okay, so I might have been wrong earlier when I said 11, so 10. Designed by our Magic Media team. Word.
Oh.
Each with its own special gameplay bonus within the challenge mode. Oh yeah, that's something that I also neglected to mention. The costumes outside of the main game in the challenge mode actually do have special perks, but they don't work across all games. They only work with very specific ones, so it feels very crappy that they would even do that. And so it's like, I'm unlocking this outfit which does this very specific thing, except if I'm playing Tomb Raider 2 and 3.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like, it should work across the board. Otherwise don't give the outfit that ability if it's too good. Because one of the outfits that I unlocked, that I specifically went for, was an outfit that doesn't aggro any enemies unless you purposefully shoot at them.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like, oh, that will be very helpful, especially for some of these challenges where the enemies are just insanely strong.
Right.
And yeah, it works in Tomb Raider. And the idea was like, I had to go through the Colosseum level, and I had to go through that level with a harder difficulty setting, harder enemies, couldn't shoot anybody, and couldn't get hit. Somehow I managed to do that. I don't know how. Yes, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how I did it, but I did manage to do it. I guess I just played smart and recognized, okay, well, if they're going to be here, I gotta be over here. But I did pull it off, and I got the costume and I got the perk. Game does not tell you that it only works for Tomb Raider 1. So if you want to use it for Tomb Raider 2 and 3, the games that I would specifically want this outfit for, because it has, like, Tomb Raider 2 and 3 specifically have tons of enemies that can shoot me. Like, yeah, I would probably want an outfit with a perk that they don't even acknowledge me unless I go out of my way to shoot them. Like, okay, then yeah, I could be left to my own devices and complete the level normally. Don't even bother them. It works great for Tomb Raider 1, especially in the Atlantean levels, but yeah, I'm just like, that's so bizarre. Why would you give me an outfit that does this thing, but it doesn't work across the board? That's so weird. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Anyway, so it was an amazing experience working with the team at Aspyr, and we congratulate everyone on its release.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that's so disgusting, how they're pretending or advertising this, and they're like acting so proud of it, even though everyone knows that it sucks, and they ruined the game. I mean, it really is offensive.
It really is. Like, I don't understand how anyone could have played this before they released the patch. Like, anybody working at Magic Media or Aspyr, I don't know if they play tested it. I don't know how anybody could have played any of this and not have found at least one of these handful of glitches that are just so widespread and like,
because they're bad at game developing and they don't care.
I'm inclined to agree.
It just feels like it was a quick cash grab. They were trying to pull one, over on people's eyes, and that's all it feels like. They didn't care if they effed up your game. They got our cash. Why would they care?
And we're just like, can we get Saber back?
No, you can't have nice things.
Yeah, and with Embracer Group or Amazon or Aspire or I don't know who owns Tomb Raider. I don't know who's in charge here.
No, I'm
I don't
starting
know
to miss
who's
the Square
making.
Enix days.
I know, at least with Square Enix, you knew where you stood.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm so confused. It's like if patch 4 was as best as we could do, I was more than satisfied. I know some people wanted more. They wanted the visual aesthetics that the 4, 5, and 6 remasters brought, and like, don't get me wrong, they do look incredible. But I was more than satisfied with how Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 looked with their visual upgrade. That was it's all I needed. These games looked pretty, like vastly improved, modern controls, which I didn't think could work, and now I can't go back. And I was more than satisfied. But if this is where we're going now, it's like,
I think that's
like
the end
clean
of the
this
road.
mess.
I mean, we had new Tomb Raider games, coming, and that's great. But this anniversary classic a remaster classic was just so special to Tomb Raider fans. The fact that they kind of took it away from us, unless you quickly can stop the update from happening, man, it's just a testament to greed. They got too greedy, and they kind of broke something that didn't need to be broken. I know there's a petition out, but I don't know if there's anything they can do to, reverse it or stop it. Kind of feels like the cat's out of the bag now.
Yeah, and what's wild is, as far as we know, Aspire, Crystal Dynamics, Magic Media, whoever, nobody has made a response
Of course.
to the overwhelming negative response to this. In fact, the response is so overwhelmingly negative that reviews for Tomb Raider Remastered 1, 2, and 3, which were originally glowing, they were sky high, very positive reviews, have now intentionally plummeted into vastly negative reviews on Steam. Because as far as fans go, the game's unplayable.
Yeah, well, of course they're going to get a negative response because you can't play it anymore.
Yeah, at least not to the satisfaction of what it should be. Like, are they working on it? Are they planning to make a response? Are they planning to fix any of these glitches? Is there another patch that we're going to get to fix the mess that patch 5 caused? We don't know. I really don't know. Like, unless... And do we want it? Because how do we know that the new patch, if they even make one at all, isn't going to make it worse? And how long, if they are planning to fix it, how long do we have to wait? Months? A year? Because nobody's going to want to play this remaster like this for months.
How many months? 1, 2, 3. Let me finish. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry.
Because it's been over a year since this. It's been over a year since this patch came out.
Yeah,
well,
it just
before the
kind of
last
feels
one
like
came
it's
out.
just kind of the end of an era, end of another Tomb Raider era, whether we want it to or not.
And guys, when it comes to the next Tomb Raider, I might just sit this one out. And while I would never suggest a boycott, boy, I do love cots.
Well,
I don't know.
I'm gonna stay positive. I'm still looking forward. I know we have one coming out this year and one next year. At least now, games usually get pushed back, especially in this environment. But I don't know. I mean, if you have the Tomb Raider Remaster collection, try to stop the update, and apparently you'll be fine. Oh.
Yeah, and I want to stress that these remaster collections are still great games. It's just that unfortunately, they're in the hands of people who are either, or maybe at worst, all of these things. 1, vastly incompetent. 2, very greedy. 3 have no vision and don't care. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, it's like I'm almost at the point where it's like, Capcom, Nintendo, one of you guys, can you see if you can buy this franchise away from these people?
Maybe it'll be Paramount. Paramount's buying everything nowadays.
Like, shoot, I'll even take Disney. Disney, buy Tomb Raider. Do something with it. I know that's sinful to say because God only knows what could happen there, but at this point, it's like, I kind of want to risk it. I don't know anymore. Well, any thoughts on this mess?
Well, my final thoughts are, you know, it's just disappointing. And that's the thing. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
I think we've had too many years of anger to not be angry anymore. Like, we've kind of left the anger behind. We're done with that because there's nothing more to get mad at, you know?
Yeah. Well said.
We've dealt with this problem too many times in the hands of incompetent people who don't care, who have wanted to dissociate themselves with Core's original work, either because they have big egos or whatnot. And they just continue to go into a different direction that is against what the fans want. And the fans are what make you guys the money. Why don't you care?
15 years ago, we may have been angry. Now we're just more like weary. We're just tired.
Oh, not surprised. Too many of our
I just want to play
that we have loved.
I just want to play my Tomb Raider in peace without, getting some sort of nightmare fuel.
I know. I don't know, guys. Comments, chat, tell us, what do we do? So where do we go from here?
Well,
I hate to end this video on a depressing note, but damn, man.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
Bet your bottom.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is another day.
There, I feel better now.
I hope you'd always stay.
I feel better now. Anyway, keep playing Tomb Raider out there. Hopefully,
if you can,
try.
Let us know in the comments what interesting glitches you guys have come across, or if you found a way to undo the update, or if it's still.
Or if you have a Tomb Raider
creepypasta
creepypasta you'd like to write, you can leave that in the comment section too.
Actually, yeah. Like, big thumbs up for those who come up with the best Tomb Raider creepypasta based on this travesty that we're dealing with now. Prizes might be involved. I don't know. We'll think of something. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night.
Day, morning, whenever you're reading this. You beautiful people, you.
Something that works. Go play Resident Evil Requiem. It's good.